Oh, Bella, please! How is it possible that you've forgotten our great friendship? You need to wake up!
Oh, I can't believe what I'm doing. This doesn't belong to my goals.
Do you see?
Oh.
What happened? Can you tell me?
It was terrible just to think and remember about it. I was a victim of an experiment designed by Ban Ban. His mind is so twisted that he decided to create a dangerously powerful element. His victims were astonished. It was like a firearm that also completely transformed them into true evil monsters. Ban Ban transformed them only to conquer the idea of his plan and create a more hostile world. Once the project was finished, the monsters had completely transformed, and he became aware that he had developed a very great evil madness. Such an evil mind. You see, I could observe this catastrophe from outside the laboratory, but when I tried to hide so he wouldn't see me, he came out and found me. And I had no other choice but to run for my life as fast as I could. Because, guess what? His evil monsters were coming for me. Trapped by my fate, I decided to hide. I couldn't face such a reality. I had to stay away from them completely. When everything seemed to have returned to normal, a monster I didn't know appeared beside me, so I was instantly frightened. But he immediately calmed me down by saying that he was also filled with fear. He knew what these monsters were capable of. At one point, he told me to run and escape from the place. I didn't want to do it, but he insisted. He saved my life, gave it his all, and it cost him all his energy, because when one of the monsters saw him, it beat him intensely. I couldn't believe it. His entire body had been violated by the bite of the evil monster. And of course, he had also fallen into transformation. I escaped the place as best as I could, trying not to get caught. While I was escaping, I tried to warn the others about what he was doing. The first one who I found was the snake. He didn't seem to understand where we were, so I tried to warn him that an evil monster was coming for us, but he didn't want to listen to me. I insisted again that it was a serious matter, something we had never seen before. He told me that if anything happened, he would defend himself because he was super strong. So I decided to run away because I knew it was close. And before he knew it, the monster appeared right in front of him. But without fear, he confronted it with his super monster strength. But surprisingly, the evil monster was much more malicious and powerful than him. So he got scared, and that cost him his life. Because he was finally transformed into his most evil version. I kept running through space, checking if any of the monsters were healthy and uninfected. That's where I found Banbalina and Coach Fiddles. But when I told them what was going on, they were mocking me, thinking I was exaggerating. But I had a reason to be. Our family was being affected by this new project of Bamban. This time they had to believe me. Or well, maybe not. They laughed so much at me that I felt so embarrassed for them and myself. So I decided to leave. When they saw that I had left, they continued laughing at me. This time, they didn't count on the presence of a peculiar being behind them. It was a snake, in its most evil version, scaring them. They were so shocked that they decided to run for their lives. It wasn't easy. Snake mercilessly cut them, so they were also transformed definition of evil. And guess what? Bun Bun controlled every movement. He wanted to get to me, no matter the cost. Brown and Nav Nav were still good monsters, not infected. It seemed like they were very focused on their cube game. But there was no time to lose. We had to escape. So I interrupted them immediately. And Brown thought that I was hallucinating. He couldn't bear it. But fortunately, Nav Nav believed me, so he compromised to keep us safe. In the midst of it all, the evil monsters were appearing near us. There was no more time to argue. So Nav Nav had the brilliant idea of taking us to the roof, but leaving Brown adrift. And when the monsters saw Brown alone, they didn't hesitate to approach and turn him into one of them. They left him in pieces, and he looked terrible. Poor Brown. His entire appearance had transformed, but for the worse.